President has demonstrated over many years in his contribution in this country that when he undertakes that project is going to be successful. You may not know, but the person who came first to prepare the way for the release of Comrade Nelson Mandela was President Zuma, who came into the country to prepare the country and its people to receive Nelson Mandela as he walked out of prison. You'll also know that as we went to the election, and that election was under threat as a result of violence in KwaZulu-Natal and on the East Rand, the person who went to end that war was President Zuma. So when you talk about the miracle of the 1994 election, that miracle was the work of President Jacob Zuma. So when he comes here today and launched this war on water, it is because we've all recognized that we must address the question of water leaks for the city, because we have just been to a house where they told us our water bill is 70,000 rand, and we know that that poor family can never pay that money. And so that bill is not the result of the water that they have been using during the month, but rather the water that has been leaking during that month. In a sense, that bill is a reflection not of water usage, but of the inability of the metro to respond to water leaks. And so when we declare war on behalf of the metro, of the councillors and of our officials, that we must deal with the question of water leaks and have speedy resolution of our water being waste, and then we expect the people who suffer as a result of water in their houses and in their yards to pay for the inefficiency of the metro. So we must apologize to the people here that we are unable to respond swiftly to these challenges. That's a matter that we'll take up, and so we are endorsing, supporting, and recommitting the metro, that we will fight alongside everybody else on this water leaks. So welcome to all of you this morning. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, His Excellency, Executive Mayor of Nelson Mandela Bay Municipality, Comrade Danny Jordan. We're now going to call upon the Premier of the province, Comrade Phumulo Masualle, to come and say a few remarks and immediately invite the President to the podium. But Mr. President, there's something that our own trainees wanted to do, that before you come to the podium, they would want to sing for you. So one of the things I've now agreed upon, you will sing immediately after the President has spoken. So you can start sorting your throat. Let's invite the Premier, and thereafter then, after the President, it will be your turn. Pamela. Forward with one leaks, forward. Pambili ngokugcina amanzi, pambili. Forward with the sanitation revolution, forward. Pambili nge-service delivery, pambili. Amandla.
Thank you so much, Program Director. His Excellency, the President, the ministers present here, Minister of Water and Sanitation, who is our Program Director, the Minister of Cooperative Governance, the Mayor of the Nelson Mandela Metro and all the councillors, the Deputy Minister, as well as the Honorable MECs, the leadership of the religious community in its diversity that is here, as well abantu abatsha from all over the country. Ayeye abantu abatsha, ayeye. Forward to war against water leaks, forward. Thank you very much, Program Director. It's truly my honor to add to the welcoming words of the Executive Mayor of the Metro, that indeed you are truly welcome not only here in the home of Nelson Mandela, you also welcome to this beautiful province, the province of the Eastern Cape, the home of the legends. Here where we are lies buried the remains of some of our greats, the giants that this struggle for freedom has seen. Here lies buried Umgov, Governor Mbeki. Here lies the first premier of this province post the democratic dispensation, former premier Raymond Mhlaba. Mr. President, we listen very attentively when you address the nation, when you have the occasion to do so. We listened carefully in your last State of the Nation address when you identified that the nation loses about 36% of, and that amounts to 7 billion rand. In that State of the Nation, you made an undertaking, you made a commitment that you shall launch a program that will see the rest of the country, particularly young people, energized in the war to end this problem. And here we are. We are very grateful, Mr. President. Many a times, some like to say things that they don't have the courage to fulfill. You continue to make this example that ungumlomo ngenene ongaphumi manga. You say things and you do them. And we are here very grateful to see and be the host of this launch of this program to make sure that we can fight this scourge. On our part, we commit and would like the communities to commit to support this program and to make sure that each one of us, the councillors in the wards, we shall be part of the effort to make sure that the youth of our country that is trained and that will be trained to participate in this program shall be first sensitized by us to participate and make sure that we can actually end this. It is not a joke. We are truly a water-scarce country, and thanks to your visionary leadership, Mr. President, thanks to you leading us in the campaign to end this war on water leaks. We would like at this time, as the province, to say you couldn't have chosen a better place to come and launch this, as the Executive Mayor had said. On behalf of the province and on behalf of, and I can say, the other premiers of the other provinces who aren't here, that I speak on their behalf when I say, Mr. President, sawusoloko sithe chungcembe apha on the footsteps, because you do provide the leadership and inspiring leadership. Can I take the time to invite our president to come and speak to us, because I know all of us are anxiously waiting to hear and also to receive further instructions from the President on how to proceed from here. With your permission, Program Director, I have the honor to invite the President to come and speak to our people. Mr. President.
Molonyama bokitombi, itombi zongonina, onina mogamatotabo, amatotabo busikosizabo. Mr. President, I am not a celebrity, but I am here to celebrate. Let us captivate this celebration for the next generation. Yolonto kakunam sanjem na yimbo gisukenditi. Fumani goma maketi kama bulivumile. Yolonto kakunam sanjem sukenditi. Mabutetu mumnyama situesha kuvelukanya. Izake mogameluza uteta nguma unga uvutiwe. Halala Jacob Zuma halala. Hash, hai, hash, hai, hash, hai, hey.
Thank you, Siabulela Banj. Siabulela. Premier wepondo lasempuma koloni ubao Phumulo Masualle, Minister of Water and Sanitation, Minister Nomvula Mokonyane, Minister of Cooperative Governance and Traditional Affairs, Minister Provincial, all ministers who are present here, Deputy Minister of Water and Sanitation, Umama Tshwete, and other deputy ministers who may be here. MECs who are here and councillors, Executive Mayor of Nelson Mandela Bay Metro, Dr. Danny Jordan, other mayors and members of mayoral councils and councillors, religious leaders in our midst, Libone notata kayina bamngungileyo bebandla siyabulisa, traditional leaders who are here, senior officials from government, our young cadres of the country, the ones who are being given the task of addressing this critical and fundamental challenge of water in our country. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm very happy to be here in the friendly city Ebai. Ebai elimbathwa ngabalaziyo, abangalaziyo ngeke bakwazi ukulimbatha. Compatriots and countrymen, in the State of the Nation address in February this year, I announced that we would launch government's War on Leaks program, which is designed to train young people to curb water losses that are closing the water in our country, and these leaks are costing the country 7 billion rand a year. I said government, through the Department of Water and Sanitation, would train 15,000 artisans or plumbers who will fix leaking taps in their communities. Today, we are happy to announce that the program has begun. The Department of Water and Sanitation has appointed the country's leading water utility, Rand Water, as the implementing agent to help us realize these ideals. A three-phased program has been identified for the recruitment, training, and deployment of the plumbers, artisans, and water agents over the period this project will be launched and operational. The distribution in terms of numbers recruited, trained, and deployed over the 5-year project period will be 3,000 intake in 2015, this year, and then 7,000 intake in 2016, and 5,000 intake in 2017 to make up the total of 15,000 as mentioned during the 2015 State of the Nation Address speech. This problem will enable us to provide training opportunities to unemployed young people who can be trained as water agents. They will be responsible for visiting communities to investigate water leaks and teach people to save water. We will also train plumbers who will assist to do a number of things, such as reducing water losses and indeed repairing the sources of the leaks. We will train qualifying young people with grade 12 or N3 with maths and science as fitters and tanners, welders, instrument mechanics, and electricians. They will do repairs, retrofitting, and replacements. They will be placed in municipalities. Our key message to you today is that we must save water. Water is not unlimited, particularly in our country. Those who know things that we don't know, they say South Africa is a water scarce country. And I'm sure some old people here will agree that when they grew up, there were streams that were flowing with water. Today, those streams are dry, which means water is gradually disappearing. If we do not look after water, we'll lose it. Given the development of technology, we can today prevent the disaster of the disappearance of water. We all see water leaking all over the streets and in our homes through dripping taps and pipes. These losses also occur in various farms, such as underground infrastructure, faulty and poorly maintained equipment, and aging infrastructure. Municipalities are already engaged in big projects of refurbishing the infrastructure, especially the leaking pipes. This project will bolster what the Department of Water and Sanitation as well as municipalities are busy with to rebuild the broken pipes and other infrastructure. This is a national program. Learners will be drawn from all 9 provinces, focusing in particular on those areas that are designated as high water loss areas. The community of Nelson Mandela Metro Bay. I'm also happy to be here in Nelson Mandela Bay during an important period of revitalization for the municipality and this area. We have gone through a long period of difficulties here in this city. As part of measures to improve service delivery in Nelson Mandela Metro Municipality, national government through the Minister of Cooperative Governance and Traditional Affairs has presented a support package to Council, and this has been formally adopted. A technical support committee has been established to coordinate activities of various departments, and the committee has established 5 work streams which align its work around the pillars of the Back to Basics program. The Back to Basics program was launched in September last year to rebuild local government. Its pillars include putting people first, good governance, infrastructure and services, financial management, and institutional development. There has been notable progress achieved by various work streams established to improve
the provision of services in Nelson Mandela Bay Metro Municipality. There has been an improvement in the responsiveness of the municipality to complaints through the work of the municipality's rapid response task team. I have been informed that a range of initiatives are also underway to improve infrastructure and service delivery. For an example, additional subsidies have been obtained from the provincial government to assist the municipality to maintain the major roads in the town. The Housing Department agency under the Department of Human Settlement is assisting the municipality to expedite housing projects. National Treasury's City Support Program is also assisting the municipality to put in place a more efficient and effective procurement system for housing projects. The Department of Water and Sanitation has committed funding for the construction of the newly gedacht water scheme to increase water supply in the municipality. Construction has commenced and is scheduled for completion in February 2017. Various measures are being implemented in order to improve governance in Nelson Mandela Metro Municipality. These include a review of all outstanding legal and audit issues to ensure that they are dealt with appropriately. Investigations are being undertaken into allegations of fraud, corruption, and misconduct, including forensic investigation. This will also include ensuring that cases of fraud, corruption, and misconduct are appropriately dealt with. This may include forensic investigations, disciplinary action, and prosecutions. I want to assure you that government will do everything possible to ensure that this city is revitalized and returns to its former glory. We have begun the story with the revitalization of local government which is taking place. We have full confidence in Mayor Jordan and are convinced that he will make a difference in turning Nelson Mandela Bay around. Working with all of you as a community. Ladies and gentlemen, let me remind you that we have a responsibility to save water. all of us. There is no exception. When you see leaking tap, close it. When you see a leaking pipe on the road, inform the authorities. Nobody should waste water. It is very scarce, and we could find ourselves in difficulties if we do not act on saving water. It is for this reason that we are to train 15,000 young people to help our communities to save water. Now, to you young people, young cadres of the country, you must know that any nation that can look forward to its brighter future, it utilizes its young people. They are the ones who must be more active in ensuring that a nation, each era, invests to the future. It is the young people who have energy, who have imagination, who have dreams, who are innovative, who can therefore prepare the country for a prosperous future. Among the things in the world, including our country, that are important in a life of a person, in a life of animals, in a life of plants, is water. Water is more important than anything else. Without water, this earth will perish. And therefore, participating in working out strategies and tactics to save water, we are in fact saving our own lives. Saving the life of the wildlife and saving the life of the plants. It is very important. And always it is young people who run when old people are no longer able to run. This is your time to shape the future for water. I've had discussion with the Minister of Water and Sanitation about the importance of water. And we've agreed, and she's working on it, that we must have a long-term national water plan that must involve many things that we need to do. And I'm saying this because I see the young people here in their big numbers who must think beyond the task that we are given now. You must have imagination. Whilst we say South Africa is a water scarce country, but every day we look at our big rivers flowing into the sea. And once that water enters the sea, it's salty. You can no longer use it the way you use the water from the river. It does not occur to us that we must build more dams, huge dams to save water. That is an investment we need to make. And I've said to the minister, we need a clear plan that government must commit to begin to work on it to save water. Two longest rivers in the country, Orange River and Tugela River, they flow every day to the sea. We are also told that under the earth there are huge deposits of water. No plan, if that is true, to get that water to us. We are now told that there are huge deposits of water under the sea, fresh water. Who is going to plan for that? Do you think we old people can still have the mind to think? We need young engineers to be innovative on the area of water. You can build rockets that go to the moon. Without water, we'll have no time to do so because we would have perished. Water is a critical item of life. Young people, everything belongs to you. I know at times young people say, now I'm still young, I must enjoy life, I will see the important things later. It's a wrong thinking. You begin now for your later better life. So we need more people. If South Africa is a water scarce country, we need more people to study water, how to save water. Some are already saying you can change the sea water into soft water. I don't know how we can do that. You could know better if that technology exists, and it does exist. Is it possible to negotiate with our neighbors to bring water from Zambezi? Yes, it is. Pipe it from Zambezi. But there is also a talk, we have talked to them with the minister. There's the biggest river in the continent called Congo River. Can we pipe water from Congo River to here? I think yes. You have a challenge to think and innovate so that this country, if we can do all of that, we can even revive the areas that are being or are becoming deserts, because the plants there are being killed because water is subsiding. So it is a challenge. That's why we need a fully fleshed plan for water. Water is critical in the life of any nation. The second thing is energy. Those two together, they make life tick. That is why people will tell you that once they had water, but the discovery of energy quickened the pace of development of man. They made fire where there was no match. If you make things, certain things, to rub hard together, you produce sparks, and the fire is there. they had to do so because they had to develop. So the development of technology must be related to bettering the lives of our people. So I'm very happy that young people are involved. So you are involved in a process to better our lives, to develop. So take it with pride. Take it with all that it needs. Take it as patriots. Be patriotic about your country. Love it. It must be a pride to close the leaking water. It is a national contribution that we are making. Far better than somebody who's sitting in a desk counting something. And that somebody is going to get thirsty. And what do? They want water. So you actually control the life of the country. It's absolutely important. I wish I was still a young man. I was going to go places with saving water in the country. This morning I fixed few taps. I was being taught. I now know how to close a tap. I've taken a decision inside me that in few years' time I'm going to be a pensioner. And because in Zulu we say Guguka Otandayo, I'm going to join you as a young man. And I'll join you as a pensioner. I wouldn't need any salary because I would be earning from my pension. I would be just a volunteer. I'll be with you. I wish to end my remarks with the use of this quotation from Thomas Fuller from way back in 1732. These words were said in the year 1732. That must tell you the water has always been important to people. He said, and I quote, "We never know the worth of water till the well is dry," unquote. Don't ithetha uba sihlala singayazi imbaluleko yamanzi ngaphandle kokuba kushe idama lamanzi noma kushe umlambo siboneke imbaluleko yamanzi singawathathi for granted. I want to repeat it because you need to keep it in mind. He says, we never know the worth of water till the well is dry, unquote. Very important to remember this. You don't have to wait until the well is dry, then try to understand the importance of water. You now know, because this was said in 1732. We now have better technology than it was in 1732. It is very true that water has no substitute. There's nothing that you can equate water with. Water is more important than anything in life. You may not know it. There is no tree that will grow without water. There will even be no rain that will come down without water. It emanates from water. You can't cook without water. You'll be thirsty and die without water. So water is almost everything. Nothing can substitute water. As part of the reason, I appointed a young and energetic lady and a mother, because I wanted her to run and run faster to ensure that we save water, we clean water, we do everything important for water. Water is life. Sanitation is dignity. That should be the slogan of these young patriots. That's what you should say all the time. Water is life. Sanitation is dignity. As you work, as you do your work. We are looking forward to seeing you in action, where you will be deployed. In a short space of time, the country must feel you are there, you are making the difference. The leaking of water is no more. You are given an opportunity to make a contribution, a national contribution to save water. This generation, those who are learned, will write in our history that there was a generation of 2015 that started to save water. You will be accounted among them. Let it indeed be a war against leaks on the taps and pipes. Fight this war, defeat it, be victorious, be heroes of saving water of our country, but create more possibilities to have more water. Without water, you will eat no fish. Amanzi asincede ukuthi sifuyele ezankomo okuthiwa ngabo fish, sitye okuthiwa inyama enempilo. Ufish, ndiyazi kukhona abantu abawuthi kuba inyoka, zonyoka. Ufish, inkomo yasemanzini. Siyabulela ke nto zobawo. Thank you very much. Ndiyavuya kunibonga. Thank you.
Amandla! Forward with the war on leaks, forward! Forward with the war on leaks, forward! Ningayicula ke kancane nje ingoma yenu. Manje sesingaka self-the bansi. Thank you, President. Again.